Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Max Mobile Celebrity Podcast. I am your host, AJ, along with the Queen, Shonda, and also the other King, Julio. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in today. And got to be patient with us. We got a lot of things going on, and we've got a comedian coming on in a few by the name of Nick Lewis. And I tell you right now, you should enjoy him. He's got a lot to say. Say that. But anyway, we just want to say thank you for being patient with us, and we got some really big things that are happening. And just before Christmas, we actually want to be having a very special comedy special show, actually on the 19th, Saturday the 19th, and we will be on Roku TV at that time. We should be on Roku as of next week, which will be the 12th, next Saturday. And, we're going to be, that's going to be recorded as far as next week, and then we'll be live actually on the following week on the 19th. And so we're looking forward to that. It's going to be very exciting.
Wow.
We got Nick Lewis actually in the green room right now, but I'm not going to bring him on for a few more minutes. Just so you know, too, I wanted to tell our audience that I got some things that I'm working on. I'm looking to implement some games that the public is going to be able to play with us. We'll have some online games, and one of the things is we're going to be doing cash prizes. We're going to have some sponsorships. So we got a lot of things that are going to be happening, and that's not going to start until January. It's going to be at the first week. We're going to be celebrating our 2021 season. And so we're going to be very, very interactive with our audience. And
that's excellent.
So they'll be able to play the game with us, play for cash prizes, and that's it's going to be really fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking at doing some like a bingo game. We're even talking about doing some things for special games for mothers, or for the ladies, I should say, for the queens out there. So we're gonna have a variety of things that are going to go on. So just pay attention. Let us know what's happening, and give us your thoughts as well. And there will be a chat room that's going to be open during the Roku as well, that you will be able to communicate with us directly, where both Shonda and Julio will be able to respond back personally themselves for any messages that are directed towards them.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, I know. And, but I am going to tell you this, though. We are not going to allow anyone to discriminate other people. Okay. That we're not going to allow on the show. We're going to have fun.
Yeah.
We're going to do it, and we're going to be classy about it, and we're going to do it in a way.
Don't clap nobody, because we got a professional clap back here, right here. Professional clap back here. You might have to turn your TV off. You get so mad because I don't play that easy now.
Quietly, I clap back, but
the shade real out here, boy. The internet undefeated.
It be unexpected, but like this is
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to working with our sponsors, so that's gonna be a lot of fun too. And we're gonna have a lot more commercials during our breaks. We're gonna have a lot of commercials.
Cool. I don't know if we get that one commercial. I don't know if y'all got it down there. It's that Morris Jenkins. That's the most uncomfortable commercial in my life.
What is that?
We're gonna come in your house and work on your air conditioning real gently. You gotta look here in North Carolina, Morris Jenkins, dude. They real nice. Just I don't understand, it's just you too nice coming to my house. You don't know me, I don't know you. You just too damn nice. I need you to have some type of attitude to fix my shit. Yeah, at least like your shit broke for real, something that's too nice. Like going to Publix. That stuff just too nice for me. They do too much in Publix for me. They do. Want to walk you. Sir, where's the bread? I'll walk you to it. Like, dude, come on, man. I can find the bread. What direction it is? They just walk it to you, pick it for you, all kinds of stuff. They just do too much. Like
Publix is the jam.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what I got about Publix though. I think Publix is the only grocery store that has everything in the right place, and it makes sense. So in a regular grocery store, when you either going to whatever market you go to, when you want the orange juice, you get the orange juice where the milk is at, right? All over in the section. But guess what the orange juice is in Publix?
I know it's not in there where the milk is.
It's in the produce section.
It's on the old
fruit section. It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. All the way on the other side of the store, too.
I walked around an hour trying to find orange juice, and I had to go buy the oranges to get it. I mean, I felt stupid as hell.
Julio, no sense. And every other store is going to be what a dairy is. Anyway, we got Nick riding in his vehicle. I can see him now playing with his sunroof. Comedian Nick. How you doing, Nick? I don't want you to get into no accident, Nick.
What's that? Hold on for a minute. Put these headphones in. Okay. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? I'm trying to get a good sunlight. I'm out. I had to run errands this morning.
You still running errands, Nick?
Because I got stuff to do. My family don't care about me on no talk show with talking to y'all. They be like, you better come over here and check this battery. Come over here and check this battery. My baby mama, you better come and check this battery. You better come over here and cut these. So I'm good. I'm good.
I thought you about to hit a lick. I thought you about to rob somebody, Unc. I said, who you going to put a lick on, Unc? That's the old school days. You know, the pistol on the back of you.
Don't say it ain't happened before. I ain't going to put my business out there. You act like you the Fed. You trying to set me up. You the Fed. Good morning, y'all good people, man. I just been moving around for the last 3 minutes in this parking lot because I'm still out. And I didn't want to miss the show.
No, we appreciate that, Nick.
Much appreciated.
I had to go and find somebody, go in the place and get their Wi-Fi code and everything. I'm dog. I was just faded away. I'm trying to get some sunlight on my black hair. I need to hold my whole face like that. About 15 minutes. I'm going to just hold myself like that for 15 minutes. I'm going to get out of the car. That hair disappeared. I was like a magician. Okay, that's right there. Let me get out of the car for a minute.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I tell you, man, shout out to Nick, man. Anybody in comedy, man, if you don't know who Nick Lewis is, you better know who it is. One of the OGs in the game. Definitely a good man to know. I appreciate Nick. Nick does from me starting out to now, man. Nick will let me know, Julio, you better get on this. But if he tell you something, you don't apply it, he ain't gonna tell you shit else. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
And the thing is, I'm told bigger names than you, and they didn't apply it, so I ain't apologize. I ain't apologizing for no standard. Let me get out because I was dark up in there. I was dark up in there.
I can't.
Hey.
I love our people.
I look like
ain't nobody else.
I'm gonna get it together, man. I'm getting it together. I'm gonna roll my window up, and but I'm here.
All you need is one Newport 100.
What's that?
You need one Newport 100 right here.
That is why I don't say. That's all I do. And the thing is, I've been doing this for 28 years. And before I go on stage, I give me one cigarette. If it's a Newport, I smoke the Newport. I just need one cigarette. One time it was a Slim. It was the Virginia Slim. And I had to smoke it like this. It made the whole back part of my throat hurt. My back part of my throat. I ain't smoking one Virginia Slim. It's a grown man to be smoking a Virginia Slim. You ain't supposed to never suck nothing that strong through your throat. I said, I ain't doing this no more. This is irregular. It didn't feel natural. It didn't feel like a natural man behavior. It felt like an irregular behavior. I said, hold on. A man ain't never supposed to suck something so hard that he got his muscles and neck. I ain't do that. I do that thing. Hold on. Was that a blood vessel? Oh, nothing. You no blood vessel.
So we know now Nick Lewis is not believing milkshake because he got to suck too hard.
Let me tell you a true story. This is back in the 90s. This is true story back in the 90s. We was on the road and we were doing the creative tour. You know, that's like 95, 96. And we like North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. So me and the comedian, my resident soul named Birdman. He a little light-skinned, curly hair dude, you know, the light-skinned, curly hair short dude. So we stopped to get a burger. It was like in the backwoods, so they didn't have nothing but Dairy Queen. So I get a Dairy Queen burger, and he get a ice cream. Ain't nothing wrong with no ice cream. Then the thing is, he gets all the chocolate scoop on it. So we riding down the highway. We stop at that little red light. He in there, licking. I said, hey, man, don't lick that damn ice cream in this car no more. Two grown men ain't supposed to be no car together. Well, another grown man is licking an ice cream cone. I look here. If you lick them with damn ice cream cone, you either bite that ice cream or next time get your ass an ice cream sandwich. Don't lick them with damn ice cream. That's where the whole came from. Because people were looking at me. Sometimes look at them old two men in love with each other, dark skinned, big black men, the little light skinned, curly haired men. Look how they love it. They sexuality. No, man, this is no sexuality. This man is eating ice cream. So don't lick that damn ice cream. I'm looking at that. Don't lick that damn ice cream no more, man. Let's that damn ice cream at the one. A grown man supposed to be no car licking on ice cream. I'm sorry, man. You had so many damn stories from my mind. Yeah.
Nick, you stupid, man.
Yeah. Good morning to y'all good people.
Oh, God.
Well, I guess they better not be eating no bananas either.
Ain't no bananas going on. Banana pudding. Get your banana pudding cup.
A grown man ain't supposed to sneeze through his mouth. Cheese. No, nigga, let it come out your mouth. Let it hurt the cheese. No, hey, look here. Don't sneeze out your mouth no more, man. Don't sneeze out your mouth no more. You sitting there, he go, sneeze. No, look here. Let it come out at the nose and hurt your membrane. Don't be sneezing out your mouth.
See,
ain't no grown man supposed to be sneezing out his mouth.
Oh my God.
But good morning. I know y'all have a show to conduct.
Oh God, man! Let me tell you, I love it when I get a chance to work with Uncle Nick, man. I'm telling you,
Oh yeah.
Oh God, backstage, we do more laughing at ourselves.
Y'all do, because see, I'm not one of those comedians that sit back there, does. I just look here. I'm about to go out here and put in this work. I'm about to go out here and they about to bear witness to a God. That's what they're about to do. And somebody say,
and what you bet not do, let me tell you something now. One thing Unc always taught me is time. If I tell you 2 minutes and 45 seconds, you bet not go 3 minutes. You better be 2 minutes and 45 motherfucking seconds.
Because Ronaldo Ray told me that. I was doing it back in the 90s. I was on the road with Ronaldo Ray. And Ronaldo Ray, I worked with a lot of the legends. And he said, because I said it was about money. I said, look at Mr. Ronaldo, they giving me hundreds and they giving you thousands. He said, look at here, Lewis. If you don't show up to the show, nobody gonna say where is Nick Lewis. He said if I don't show up to the show, it becomes a problem. He said until you become a problem, just show up and get your $100. And I was driving. I didn't say nothing. That's the whole trip. And I said, I'd be glad. I'd be glad when I get to my point in my career that I can tell that to a comedian. And he said it's so elegant. And if you just show up and get your $100.
I cannot.
Yeah.
That's old school.
I did a lot, man. I went on tour with Babyface a while back, a couple years ago, and Babyface gave me the green light, man, to do as much as time I wanted. I was like, whoa, this has been great, man. So how y'all doing, man? I know y'all got a show to conduct. Oh, Julio, I see you down at the Comment House doing your thing.
Thank you, Unc. Thank you. Enjoying it down here, man. Having a fun time, man. Hey, Columbia, we need some more. They need some more revenue down here because the mall is hurt. I went in the mall, and the mall's so broke and so empty. I thought the stores was doing social distancing up in there.
Columbia. Now, let me tell you, Columbia, you down there the one time.
You ain't lying.
Hey,
Columbia is one of the hottest cities on the planet. Columbia, South Carolina. I'm talking about it's one of the hottest places on this planet. And I remember one summer down there, and that's when I wrote a lot of my stuff by Stuff Happened. I said, I don't know how hot hell is, but if it's hotter than Columbia, I'm getting my life together with Jesus tonight. Somebody get Jesus in the hotel room. Baptized with some fire.
It's hot though.
So, but how's everything? So, what's the format of y'all shows? Y'all just come on here and just talking. I'm just on those step my boundaries.
Well, AJ, we have the subjects, but we already talked about it. We had it up. Yashonda, she gives us our celebrity news, our local updates.
Okay.
AJ will highlight you in a minute. Gonna talk about things you do. I'm just here to have fun, do my section, be one of the comedic highlights, and I'm happy to have one of my respected OGs in the building up here today. So, you know, very thankful to have you here, man. We just here to spread laughter, joy, and just be and give us some empowerment because there's so much things out there that's not for us. We're here for us. So you can speak your mind about real shit. You ain't gotta hold your tongue. You feel like motherfucker get too much shine. This is what we do.
Ain't no grown man gonna tell me what I'm supposed to do, and I don't know that. I'm gonna say the fuck I can say anyway. Like I'm gonna sit over here like some cab bear. I'm gonna say the fuck I want to say. Like I told somebody, I said, you know what? On the other side of this question, they said what? I say the truth and a hurt feeling. You better get the fuck up from around me.
I cannot.
I'm like, look at on the other side of this question. It's the truth and a hurt feeling. That's all.
Let me just not even try to drink any of my drinks. I'm pushing them away from me before I spit this mess out.
When he said about time, let me tell you about this story about time. And I've done a couple shows, but the one show Uncle was not having about time. We had a show in Columbia. He was the headliner. I was the feature. So I'm honored to be Unc's feature. You know what I'm saying? So he's sitting there. This one of the first dude. Nick said, "Now I know he'll open them. Now we got how many comedians here tonight?" He asked Keita. He said he counted them up. He said, "Well, shit, he got 3 minutes. Motherfucker been there 7." He said, "That's the first. That's number 1." He sit the hell down. So he went back. He ain't doing nothing. The second person with that mic, they abused the time. He said, "Nick said, look here now. One more motherfucker, fuck time up. I'm going next. Fuck that shit. I ain't playing with you." So everybody looked at him like, and I said, "Bro, you understand? It's the respecting the time frame. You don't because now you dipping in his time. You take away from his time on the mic. So
and here's what it is.
Do that.
And here's what it is with times. You know, I was doing it back in the 90s when you respect the time because this is what happened. The people came to see the headliner. And Ronaldo was right. They came to see him. They didn't come to see me. And what happened, it's all about the science of what you do. You have about 90 minutes to 2 hours with attention span. I don't care who come on after 2 hours. Nobody want to sit in their chair and eat for 2 hours. So all this is in play. So you got a headline that have to drop an hour. And the thing is, that's what his job is. So you got comedians that want to go up there and do 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there. So you add an hour and a half and bringing the headliner on, and people haven't received their money. And the people haven't received that money worth. You got that window span. That's what it's about. It ain't about no comedians, like, well, Nick don't want to follow me. Nick, I forgot more funny shit than you ever wrote in your life.
God damn. You don't want to hear somebody
that. But see, the thing is, and that's what it is. Even I own a comic booking agency back in the 90s when they had like the tour. It was like back in the 90s, comedians wasn't booking a tour. They had a run called the Creative Run. And the thing is, I remember on Tuesday night, you would do like Knoxville, you do Nashville, you do Atlanta, you do Memphis, you do all these cities. You would do about 10 cities. And they would do these cities in the black club and the white club. And what happened is about more than just comedy. And then looking at the business of what it is. In the white club, they would probably pay $500 for the show. And they taking in all the revenue. In the black club, they would have the black club owner to pay about $2,000. So for the week, that comedian would probably make about $5,000. Well, you have 3 white clubs that was paying $1,000 total, and you have 2 black clubs that were paying $4,000. So the black club was actually paying for the tour. And see, that's a system that people know when you do these multiple. And I watch and I learn. I remember in Charlotte, the club owner told me when he was the club owner guy, he said, we did 2 shows on Tuesday night. Think about this, 2 shows on a Tuesday night, 400 people per show, 800 people. That's 8,000 off the door. They drinking more. The club owner said we sell more liquor on one show on a Tuesday night than we sell for the entire month. It pays for all our liquor for the rest of the month.
Wow.
That's the level of profit. This is the business. This is the business, not just Charlotte across the board. This is the business that when I got into comedy, I just didn't want to be a comedian. Honestly, I just wanted to know it all. I walked away from that club because the thing is, I asked for a raise, and he said, "No, we're not going to give you $50 raise." I walked out. 2 weeks later, 2 months later, I'm booking my first club. This was unheard for black comedians. I was in Kinston, North Carolina, booking my first club. A year later, I'm booking 10 clubs in 10 black venues for black people, making black money for black people.
That's right.
With black talent. And that's why, all the people like the Monique, the JB Smooth, the Bruce, and Ricky Smiley, they say, Nick, everybody know you. Because I was back in the 90s paying them their wages. I was paying them when they was making $500 a show, $350 a show. And the thing is, I risked my entire career to go against the establishment. But you have to have a certain standard in whatever you do. So this is some of the stuff that people don't know. Be like, man, everybody know you. I said, man, I got file cabinets on the biggest name. I got the Capone. I got the Corey Holcomb. When they was calling my phone and I was putting them to work. And then not only did I did that to book the comic run, so when I brought other comedians, they said, I don't want to book you. I want to teach you how to do this. So that's always been in mind to embrace and uplift and move forward. But you go ahead. So that's a lot of
if you don't mind, real quick, AJ, I don't get so, but he does it already. Nick Lewis has a foundation where he goes into schools. He helps enrich these children. He shows them other avenues of how to get there. He helps them. So he gives back to the community tenfold to help us understand what he's doing. So I always implore what he does and how he gives back. Everything he talks about, he stands behind, man. He don't talk, no talk. He walking. You know what I'm saying?
Not just, I don't have a foundation. Let me just say that. It ain't no foundation.
I'm sorry,
an organization.
Organization, my bad. My bad.
Organization. I founded an organization which is called Star Careertainment. Star Careertainment. It's a youth enrichment art program. And some of you, and a lot of time I tell people, and when I talk about this, and they think it's something cute, Nick Lewis go into school and tell jokes. I got 17 people work for me. I got my own curriculum writer, Professor Mary Hurd from Alabama A&M. That taught college for 42 years. They got a doctorate in curriculum. I got people on my grant staff. That's my grant writer that have managed $7 million of grant. My program, Star Careertainment, when I first wrote it 5 years, they put it in high school in Charlotte. After reading the program, they text me and they emailed me a week later and asked me to rewrite it from K through 12.
Wow.
So
what's in the curriculum?
The curriculum is an art. You have the three base curriculum. You have the curriculum. You have the curriculum. It's an art. It's enrichment, and it's a vocational. See, that's all base. You got art because the arts is not there in this school. So I took 25 years of producing movies, of producing television shows, and writing plays. And art stands for a STAR stands for studio, theater, accountability, and radio. So we have the curriculum core that is code. We have the name of the show, the classes that coded with the curriculum core. If you understand the curriculum core, that's the foundation of what classes it's coded for. And to break it down to make sense is not like if you take accountability, that's the league of the class. Well, you in K through 12, you learn you go through the same classes, but there's on a different
level,
learning curve. There's on a different learning curve. But when you break it down and you look at it, the accountability, the students, that's the league of entertainment. When you're talking about legal, what are you talking about? You talk about the social science. That's why we have laws to protect us. That's why you have to vote. That's why you can have laws. So in the class, the students they learn everything from, they do three things. They do the contract, they do non-disclosure, and they do copyright. They're learning how to own their own stuff. But now you take, that's just the art part of it. But now you take that, what is the curriculum core? When you're doing a contract, you have to understand comprehension skill, writing skill, mathematical skill. All of these are coded at the same time when the student think they're just doing a contract. But at the same time, they're learning how to own, that goes into the vocation of it. The vocation, we have that. And so the thing is, we have everybody from film producers, kid produce their own radio commercial that partner with the radio station, with the TV station. We done had, the thing is, you look at the base of it, it's called Star Careertainment. A lot of kids see what they see of us right now in front of the camera.
Right.
In front of it. But they don't understand that behind the camera, there's hair, wardrobe, makeup, sound, light, catering, tech. We teach them all these classes that they can do. They can learn these classes, and also they can have these as a career outside of entertainment. And we bring people in. We have brought in construction work. And how, and at the level of the class, when people think, okay, it's cute. But we have the summer, no kid, we did this for 6 years. No kid is ever paid to go to this class. Our summer program, the Central Piedmont Labor Council, Southern Piedmont Central Labor Council, or the AFL-CIO, that's 16 organizations, from railroad workers to electrical workers to airplane workers. That's who our summer program, and we teach the cast at their headquarters. And my thing was to tell them that goes into the career wise. When you're talking about electrical worker on a set, you have electrical worker. You have all these, and that is coded into the class. So we teaching the student how not to just have a job, but have a career. When you talk union, you talk a career.
Difference.
When you break it down into the enrichment courses, the enrichment is building self-esteem. When we first do the first exercise, all the kids come up, they do a simple exercise. Say my name, say my age, and something about me. I don't know. My name is Tammy. I'm 11, and I have a cat. Nobody really want to do it, but it's enrichment. Then I say, who want to go next? Then the next student come up there. I say, okay, nobody want to raise their hand. These are fourth and fifth graders. But the thing is that you're coding their behavior to believe in themselves why they don't know. So the next student want to come up there. They say, I want to go. My name is Mary. I'm 11, and I have two brothers. Then I will ask them a question. I say, so what's your two brothers' name? Mike and Tom. Are they good or they bad? Oh, they're bad. They're bad. The other kid be like excited. Oh, I got something I want to say about me. Now all the kids is in the class is raising their hand because they want to be. They said, wow. Then kids now they screaming, I want to go. Please let me go. It looked like something simple, but that's what the kids are doing. Now every kid, please let me go. Then I ask the other kids. I said they'll come up there and I say, my name is John and my dad have a boat. Then I said, who have a question? Who? Have you ever fell off the boat? Who? Have you ever caught a fish? And what the kid is realizing, that there's something that they don't believe and knew about them that's special that other people want.
Right.
By the end of the class, all the kids is begging. Well, this is just the first 15 minutes. This is a 4.5-hour class. Wow. So the next exercise, this is coded behavior in teaching kids to react. The next exercise, I said, I need someone to talk to me, some other kids after school about what we did. I said, who want to go? Nobody raised their hand. I said, the hardest thing to do in the world, one of the hardest things is stand in front of a group of people. That's your peers. Peers mean the same people as you. Now, what do peers mean? They constantly get definition. The same people as you. And tell them something personal about yourself. That's the hardest thing to do. And I say, guess what? Every one of y'all just did. This is what I tell them. I say, every one of y'all just did it. It's, whoa, I did. We did do it. So the program, so that is enrichment and build self-esteem to lay down the foundation for other classes that we have in the program. So this is not just something we go in there and tell jokes. Every week, 4.5 hours. At 3.5 hours, we know what it is. The kids even become directors of their own show. They produce a radio commercial where they themselves come and comprehend and notify what's up advertising. Who, what, when, where, why, and where. Who, what, when, where, and why. If you answer those 5 questions, you can answer all advertising that you need to know, basically in relevant television or radio or conversation. But yeah, I can talk about that program. I miss hanging out with the kids. And the thing is, the people that we have, I met with DC lobbyists with kids for this program. They offered me this program, and we ran a pilot program in the state of Alabama. This means to me. And none of these are staff members. The staff is incredible. The staff is incredible. But go ahead. But I get to talk about that program. You can see the joy in me.
Because I see it.
And I tell people, go ahead.
But see that, and that's why I want to bring it up, because that's what our generation is lacking. We're lacking the encouragement from our people to encourage each other, so we can encourage ourselves to be great. And I like that you're teaching these children, because man, we're in an age now where we're not even social interactive. We don't know how to get up and talk to nobody no more. It's done by a damn phone. It's done by a text message. It's no more personal communication and knowing how to be in contact so we could be received as people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we already got a disconnect of being who we are, period, being black folk, male, it is, and then we can't talk or can't talk to each other, know how to be confident.
Right.
Now we're changing that, and we're making more stronger, more applicable, more understanding, more black young people ready to be in control of their lives and their world. So that's why I want to highlight that, Nick. And as you know,
I appreciate that, and that's important, because and the thing is, I'm gonna tell you how I came up with the program. I'm doing the 28 years. People constantly say, where do I? If y'all have kids or grandkids or know somebody with kids, what if they came to you tomorrow and say, I want to be in radio? Where do you take them? Where do you take them?
Don't know.
Where do you take them? Don't know. And y'all educated people. They say, I want to be in film and television.
Would you take them?
That's what I'm asking. I asked people, where would you take them? And you all are educated people and in the industry. They teach about radio. It don't exist for us in our community. If they want to be in film,
right.
what do you take? Right.
You know what?
So the basic vibe,
you are absolutely so right. But you know, one of the things that we're trying to get past is our community, we still have this mindset where I got mine, you got to get yours. And that's that segment. We got to get past that mindset.
Right.
That's what's holding us. That's really what's holding us back. Everybody, the world knows how creative we are. The world knows how resilient we are. But also at the same time, the man, and you know what I'm talking about when I say the man, man knows that our biggest issue is within ourselves.
Right.
This whole jealousy situation, I come up, then all of a sudden we're not looking back to pull the next person up.
Right.
If you look at every other community, especially look at our Black community, look who's in our Black communities making the money. You got the middle people in our communities. You got the white community. You got the Middle Eastern community, and all of our communities all across the country in the Black communities. And you know why they're able to do that? We could stop all of that. Now, I don't mind people coming up, but you know something? Black people need to be having their businesses in their own community.
Right.
Here it is with what I was saying as the kid. And this is what you're saying, and not knocking what you're saying. You can go to any barbershop, and this would happen. You go to anywhere, and people know what it is. And we know what it is. I'm going to tell you why I started the program, because I'll be in the barbershop and I say, well, and the thing is, we always saying what we need to do. And we forget that we are part of the we that we're talking about. I tell somebody, don't tell me what I need to do. Tell me what you have did to correct it.
Right.
To create it. I don't send it to everybody on my staff. And these people, I said, look, this is what my staff will tell you. And I tell them, and these people, doctorate degree, I said, look, trust the process. I said, it might not make sense, but trust the process. And what happened when you're talking about the Black community, we're looking at what the problem is, but we're not looking at what got there to the problem. You have to understand, have to understand the basic of behavior coding. Behavior coding is like a remote control. It don't take a lot of buttons for one remote to act like another remote. Behavior coding. Have you noticed about 2 years ago, and I'll tell people, my brain pick up on this, they start having commercials. I'm not knocking racists, but behavior coding or what the census say. They start having commercials where it wasn't a Black family. It was a Black mother, it was a mixed Black kid, and a white father.
True.
I said, that's what people saying. But listen to what it's saying. I said, then they went to where it was a Black mother, a dark Black kid, and a white father. Subtle changes. So what that commercial is saying, this is not a mixed kid. This is a kid from a Black mother and a Black father that the white guy is raising. That subtle skin complexion tone. Now, they have commercials with just the white kid, and the Black kid and the white father. Why having no commercial when it's about joy? When it's about when the sister, a Black woman, is feeling good? Why does she have they show the white guy? They're Black actors and Black actors. There are many of them. This is slowly behavior coding. Behavior coding. When you're talking the program, and no matter what kid we start with, they all end up the same way. That's what got me in a meeting with a lobbyist and offer my program in multiple states after 1 year. This is true. I'm sitting in Alabama. I just met with the guy that ran the Alabama Education Commission, a white guy, for 30 years. I'm in a meeting with him. And he's like, do you have infrastructure? I said, how can I have infrastructure? 12 months ago, I was in the back of a Black church, and I'm meeting with some of the highest peoples in the state of Alabama. And I'm not even from Alabama. And he said something, it's behavior. Let's just say here, maybe like, why do Black not support Black businesses? I'm gonna give you a state of mind, a simple statement. Once you get it, don't forget about me. We all heard that. Put me on. Look out for me. Don't forget about me. Don't listen to the statement, but listen to what it means. Now, have you ever heard any of the race use that statement?
Right.
No. Nobody but us.
Don't forget about me. So now think about that's what it is. Let's just say I don't know AJ, and just because we had this meeting a week later, I call AJ, and AJ got a business making $3 million a month.
Nigga, don't forget about me.
Don't forget about me. AJ, don't put me on. Now look at what I put AJ in a position is. If he put me on, I don't know what I'm doing. I can lose. I'm not entitled to nothing. I haven't contributed nothing to AJ. I'm not entitled to anything. And if AJ don't put me on, you know what I do? I go to the barbershop. I said, look here, man, AJ wouldn't even put me on. They won't say, Nick, you didn't contribute. You didn't help. You don't know. No, they say,
Right.
man, that's messed up. If you asking to put you, and he wouldn't put you on, man, fuck AJ.
You ain't, man. You
No,
just don't,
let me break it down. Let me finish breaking it down. Man, fuck AJ. Nobody asked it. You know what? And the thing is, and this is a black neighborhood, you're like, man, fuck AJ, he didn't put me on. The next person come in, yeah, man, I don't fuck with that nigga. He done got brand new. He don't fuck with black folks. He wouldn't even put my man on. Man, fuck going over there and buying some clothes from him.
That's exactly it.
Then it slowly is built through the neighborhood. AJ don't like black people. Why? Because he did the best business decision. I'm not gonna hire somebody because you're black, but you have to have a level of understanding of what you know to do.
Right.
You know why that is important? Because as black people, we was taught to everybody should be a part of it, way back in slavery. See, the whole behavior code. Let me tell you why that was reported in slavery. Because everybody should be a part of. You don't put AJ, don't put Nick on. Nick is a bad person. Because in slavery, think about it. Slavery had a chance to run away. They encoded their brains to think. If he don't tell all y'all to run away, he ain't good.
Right.
Now, if he tell all of them to run away, the likelihood that to get back to massa become greater. That's what we looking at. Why black business don't support black business. Go back to slavery behavior code, because we have been asked to put each all on. If everybody get on, the likelihood of that, like us, well, the things that I own, like I was talking to him, I own Spo Media, the TV show. I own the show that Talent hosts. It's just it's comedy. I own a black network that's self-sufficient outside of. I was hearing y'all talk outside of Roku. We have our own black accounting agency that's working and on the network. That the money comes directly from our accounting agency. This is what now we're trying to do. This is what we have built. We have an advertising agency in Atlanta that produce commercial. We already sold commercial. I built this. We built. But who know about it? Nobody. Think about if I try to put everybody on. The likelihood of its falling. Tony Woods, I'm executive. All the stuff that, like with Talent, if y'all have seen them on Facebook, social media, it's just comedy. I executive produced that show. I created that show. Spoke Me, I executive produced and created that show. And we got another show called Temptation Hookup with an incredible host out of Chicago. And the lady that works for my company, Miss Tanya Wilson, and she works at HBO for 26 years. See, that show is the Def Jam to HBO. All this I own, but you know what? You can't put everybody on. But I'm sorry, I get the rambling, man. But y'all, I'm happy.
No, it's not rambling. I mean, really, man, you dropping real jewels, gems.
Yes.
Talk about and the show. Besides having fun, we love having conversations. We can get in depth and really talk about these subjects that we normally don't hear, and people are too taboo to talk about, and that don't happen here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna speak our minds and drop it on, and that's what we do. So.
Like I told somebody, I said, bite my tongue. I say, I own all my shit.
Hold on for a second. We're going to go for a quick commercial break real quick. To the Max Mobile Celebrity Podcast. Go get your drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back with comedian Nick Lewis. And right back in a few minutes. But we're going right to our commercial.
A new day has come. Sable Ascent is taking your business around the world at no cost. We are connecting Black businesses in one global community, transacting with one currency, Sablecoin, creating one economy. Remember, you are not alone. A digital world is here. Register your business today at sableascent.com.
Okay, welcome back real quick. Nick, I wanted to ask you, in the Gideon Network, do they have, the Chitlin Circuit? They have that for for Black entertainers. Does that go along with the comedian community as well? Do they have a Chitlin Circuit as well?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I turned that. Go ahead, ask that question again, please.
No, I was asking. I said, you're familiar with the Chitlin Circuit, And I just wanted to know, does the children's circuit also apply to comedians?
Yeah, in fact, the comedy run that I was booking back in the 90s, that would be considered a chitlin circuit. And the chitlin circuit, what people don't, and about 2 years ago, I said, I'm going to rebirth the chitlin circuit. Somebody said, Nick, you crazy. I did the movie, and the chitlin circuit exists. And it might sound weak, but it's one of the most powerful because you had black entertainment, and it exists now. And now I might do maybe a 2-city run, a 3-city, but back then I was booking 10 cities runs in like 4 and 5 different states. And that's the thing there, the power. We're booking black comedians and black club for black people to bring in black dollar. That's what powerful. So it don't exist today because you have comedians that say, wow, I'm so excited they have me working in this mainstream club. And they would charge the mainstream a little or nothing, but go and hold the black club hostage. And they charge the mainstream, I do it for $100. But go to black club, I need 500. And I ask, why are y'all holding me hostage? And here's what it is. And here's what the power of I don't know if y'all heard of it. Julio heard it. It was called the comedian Sweet Baby Keita. You heard of her?
Yep, that's sister right there. That's
4 years ago, I said, you know what? I'm on bill. It's called the Open Act Comedy Competition. She won the competition. She was booked in 52 clubs and venue from LA to Bahamas to New York with pay across America.
Yep.
I own the tour. I talked with Tina Graham. She said, nobody else. She said, Nick, how many people turned you down? She did Vegas. She did Chicago. And not only she did those clubs, she got to work with some of the best people, comedians that I know. And the thing is, I say, trust the process. And I say, it wasn't so much about billing a tour for her, but be able to, the power that you could have. And Tina Graham said it, Nick, you got 50 people that ain't never been in the same room together to agree on one topic to do your tours. She said, how many turned you down? I said, no. I said, Tina, what the power is, if I can get them to bring a comedian to fit the club, why you don't think I can get them to bring a movie to fit the club? Now you built distribution. She's like, wow. I said, the only thing that's different from a movie, what's a movie theater? It's a venue that you can go see something. I said, these clubs, they're not working on off-peak hour, they're working on no-peak hour. You take those same people and you put that movie, that independent film in that club during a Saturday and a Sunday with the stars. I said, you don't think people gonna pay $20? Now you have built distribution. I said, who else you can call and drop a movie in 50 cities at one time? I say, I can. So when I did my movie Slinging Bird, we did it in 10 cities. We did it in 5 cities. We had 10 schedules. We did it in 5 cities. So the thing is, we built the advertising commercial to sell for other cities. We did it in Jacksonville. It was advertised in Jacksonville and other parts of Carolina and Alabama and Georgia. That's controlling economics. You have to control the economic by controlling the marketing. So then we had this is the level, and I got to tell people, don't tell me what the problem is. Tell me the solution that you work on and how can we be a part of it. This is stuff I'm saying I'm not trying to. I had meetings with my manager at the time, Cher Abbott. I had meetings on a phone call, conference call with LA, New York, Atlanta, people that executive at CBS, people that executive at networks. Like, wow. I said, no, I built it. And I'm like, whoa, who is this person? Wow, they just work for who? They just, whoa. And I said, but the thing is, and people say, Nick, I don't see it. Everything have its time and its place for the right moment. And I think I was talking with one of the producers before the show. I said, no, we shut down everything. We shut down talent show. We shut down Spo Medium. We postponed the other show, the Date Interpreter. We put Tony Woods on hold. I said, because right now, if you look at social media, it's a 10,000 podcast. And I said, be honest. I said, what separates any one podcast? All of them talking. But even when we had the podcast, the cast would have they would have a script. They knew who would go in. It would be like a movie script. They would know who go in when the commercial come in. what question was going to be asked, and we had the production office in Charlotte, we had the studio in Atlanta, we had people in different markets where you are today, but we built the operation of how it worked, and so that's just, and the thing is something why, and we shut everything down. I told Tyler, why is we producing shows for people just to look at? That's just an ego. If it can't make money, if you just do it for fun,
Mm-hmm.
why would you make a move? Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Nick, what I want to do especially for our younger audience, I want to give people an opportunity for them to see you actually do a shot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull you doing a live show on YouTube, and I want people to be able to see this. So we're going to take a few minutes and watch, we're going to watch Mr. Nick Lewis in action.
All right, well, right now we're going to take it to
God, that's when I was fat.
Lewis, give a round of applause, y'all. Come on, Nick. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Well, this bitch tonight. Yes. Wasn't supposed to make it here, man. I was supposed to be here like 2 years ago. Couldn't make it because I'm doing a show in D.C. and the sniper was still shooting motherfuckers in D.C. And the joke didn't seem that important that damn day. See what it was? I wasn't scared of the sniper. I was scared of the police. They gonna pull me over in Interstate 95 and say I bought some gas and didn't pay for the gas. I say, well, I seen a nigga moving in the bushes. I was a nigga moving in those bushes, and I'm not gonna get shot for regular letters. I will take my black ass to jail. Now I'm on my way to jail thinking this wasn't the best shit to say. And you notice when the sniper shot me, he shot my wife. It wasn't that he didn't want to shoot y'all niggas, but it's hard to shoot a nigga when you're only buying $5 worth of gas. Let me try to shoot you like that. Went into the store and said, let me get a pack of Newports and the rest on pump number 3. And man, I'm gonna tell you, I hate they call it snipe. I hate they call it when they call it. Because see, I was gonna take my baby mama to DC. We was gonna go on a gas buying trip. Oh, I was gonna set this bitch up, yes sir. We was gonna get for gas at high gas stations. I would have been outside, beep beep. Mr. Sniper, can you please shoot this bitch? Bitch, don't worry about what the fuck I'm doing. You just pump the gas. Now, you know, the sniper was every motherfucking way. And you know, he was in Virginia, and I drove to Virginia to get this bitch shot. Now he's in Maryland, I drove to Maryland to get this bitch shot. Next thing I know, this nigga is in fucking Alabama. Now we've been driving in the car for a week. Next thing I know, I'm fell in love with her ass again.
Oh.
I remember that show. I had a whole set. I changed it up before the show.
She had to be like a high-ranking demon in Satan organization. Like a demon tenant or some shit like that. Well, I'm happy to be here, man. I'm going to tell you, because I wanted to force my...
Boy, hey, I remember the DC sniper, though.
Right.
And I know what it is. I think this is this is a reshoot because I think when we shot Bad Boys of Comedy, we
because she done smoked it all up. She's so damn hot that she wrote her name on our clothes. Now I walk around Dallas with a pink blouse on St. Louis 2000, keep it real. And you can't even talk to her because every time I talk to her, I'm like, what's your problem? What's the problem?
I think we reshot this episode.
And the bitch will run the fuck away.
Everybody reshot it.
Fucked up too, he don't pray. Open up a church. United Methodist A.B. Zion Baptist Church in Chattanooga. I'm not saying I'm a psychic, but I don't think this shit gonna work. Well, I went to him, I said, now you gotta explain some of the shit that's going on. Now they done caught you in some bad situation. Brother Smith came to you 2 weeks ago and said he had problems with his wife. Yeah, nigga, what? I say you fucked his wife. The bitch left, didn't she? The bitch left. Well, problem gone. Then they caught him and they caught him in the back of the church. Now, so you try to explain this. No, you don't understand what happened. See, Sister Johnson had throat cancer. And I laid my hand on it and say, heal. But the power of the beat wasn't getting to the cancer. So she come back 2 weeks later and say, well, I still got throat cancer. So I take my index finger and I put it in her throat to get rid of the cancer. But the index finger wasn't long enough. So I had to use one. I had to get to the cancer before it got to a low extremity.
I cannot. I need more tissue. I can't.
I need to go in to get it.
Okay.
I would have got another video for you to show.
Boy.
You know what? That last part of the video, I think that's had to be almost like 20 years ago. The last part of the video, the cancer, they will play that on XM radio. That last part of the video has been got me some big steps in the mail.
You caught me off guard on that one there, but I wonder where you going with this one.
Man, listen, I ain't gonna tell his joke. But he tell me one about back in his day. Every time when I hear it, I literally fall the fuck out. I'm telling you, it's this. Seriously.
If when we tape that, I'm gonna just say, go ahead. But just to say with taping that, normally you tape, you can hear it. They didn't have the crowd where you could really hear it.
I got you.
It was weird.
So they only. So what happened was they had your audio recording. They didn't record the audio from the audience to capture.
It's like sometimes they have feedback mics and you can hear all that, but we didn't have that. Like we take Def Jam, you can hear the mic like a regular comedy club. But that it was recorded for. Well, yeah, I remember that. Right. Yeah.
Man, that shit, boy. I'm but you talk about and I tell people, and this is what I mean, man, about why we need and people will come to comedy in so many different styles. Like when you got a storyteller like that, like when Nick takes you on a trip, he will take you and when you can close your eyes and be standing right there like you watching a damn movie. That's when you know that you doing that, you know what I'm saying, understand it, because you just can't just sit there and say something. And people that can't like when he said hold on, it wasn't long enough. All right, I'm done. My mind gone. Visually, I said,
and here's what's crazy at that point in my career. I started off as a storyteller. I would tell these crazy stories. I would tell these stories that and the thing is, I study comedians. I wrote for comedians. I studied the way some comedians, they have repeaters. They repeat what they say. They're correct what they say. They make it seem opposite. So you look at that Howard Stevens, some storyteller. What happened? I went from storytelling to Def Jam. After Def Jam was just raw in your face, ta-ta-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta-ta, pow, pow, pow. It didn't leave space for storytelling. Because when you went on the road after Def Jam, you had to be rapid fire. Mm-hmm. So, and then everybody became rapid fire. Then I had to change my entire style up to go back to the original style to telling stories. And now that's what it's storytelling, sitting there, and you can be patient. And that was in the phase between leaving Def Jam, that raw when I came out with just the cursing and just raw in your face, and trying to get into the storytelling. Now, storytelling, that's the thing. It's like everybody knows the show Spider-Man. Who am I? Spider-Man. They know Mr. New York City, and that's just when comedians, they have to, you have a style, and that was nervous. I said I got to transform back to storytelling. Like I said, when I start off, I can just sit here and storytelling. The comedians don't realize comedy is necessarily not about what you say. It's a lot about rhythm and tones and inflections of voice and patterns. The comedian AJ Jamal told me. AJ Jamal, we're working at Teddy Carpenter Club in DC, and this is 15 years in comedy. He said, Nick, you got some incredible story, but you sound the same. He said, your pattern is a ta 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 ta, a ta 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 ta, a ta 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 ta. He said, you got the same pattern. And you know, when I came in the house, then my baby mama came to me. And then I went into the kitchen. He said, it's the same rhythm. But that is not talking. Talking is, I went in the house. He said, you got to have different fluctuations. Some stuff supposed to be screamed. Some supposed to be quiet. Some is fast. He said, now let me just give you the same thing without a joke. I came in the house. I went in the kitchen. My baby mama is in the kitchen. It already gets you in there. It already gets you having said anything. And that's why I teach community. I say it's little stuff like that, the technical. And I can say we can sit here now as I'm watching y'all on here, and I see Julio with the shirt on. Julio cut up a whole fish. When he cut up a whole fish, he cut the whole head off of the fish. The fish. Now I take that same thing and I change the rhythm. Last night Julio was on Julio right there, just sitting there. He was doing a live video cutting a fish, y'all. How easy to cut a fish. He didn't even cut the head off the fish. The fish don't supposed to have no head when you try to fillet the fish. The fish was still moving. The fish was just sitting there. I'm like, what the fish move? Why the fish move? Look at that fish move. The fish.
Hey, Shonda, he ain't lying though. I actually did cut a fish on live the other day. I was cutting up big catfish. I caught 2 20-pound catfish. I was cutting them up.
He had 3 pounds of meat when he was done. He threw a whole fish. What a restaurant won't sell for lunch. He threw a whole restaurant lunch menu. They could have said, Jesus didn't even need no whole fish. He could have took that half of fish. He didn't even need no miracle. Jesus wouldn't even need no miracle. He could have took the rest of the meat left on that fish and said, I'm not even do no miracle. I'm gonna feed y'all with the rest of this meat on this catfish.
Oh my goodness.
I couldn't even believe it.
But we're saying that I'm gonna spare it real quick. But Nick, look, you told me that a long time ago when you watching me. And you know how I do a lot of my stuff. You told me about the tonality, how to change it up. And the next time he saw me a few weeks later, he came to me and said, "Seems like somebody paying the motherfucking attention."
Oh yeah. And I got a lot of people when back in the days I drank that gin and smoking my Newport. A lot of people came and told me stories. Eddie B out of DC, Eddie B, the Louis Lawful Joke Killer. He said, "Man, I called you one time after the show. We were talking. Like, man, it ain't working." He said, he did what you said. Well, nigga, have you thought about praying about this shit and change how you're doing it? Put in some work and pray about this shit. Your life would be all right. He said, you dropped you some cigarettes after you walked off. He said, I changed the way I looked at things and I prayed about it and it made a difference. I said that. He said, you done said some cool shit to a lot of people.
Oh my goodness. Well, Mr. Nick Lewis, it has been our sincere pleasure to have you with us today on the Next Global Celebrity Podcast. I have been schooled and entertained thoroughly. It's my pleasure.
She took her glasses off. She took her glasses off. She took her damn glasses off. She said,
well, now you can see the light. See what you were blind, and now you can see the light. And now, if you was on stage, you would have came out and said, at what point in your life did you really think you need to wear them damn glasses on stage? You reflected the light. I remember I told you Warren Cap at one time. I told you comedian Warren Cap. At what point in that joke did you think it was going to miraculously turn funny? The shit wasn't funny last week. He said, how can I correct it? I said, no correction. That motherfucker threw it out. Throw the whole joke away like a total car. That shit gone.
Oh my God.
But I enjoyed hanging out with you.
It's my pleasure. We got to wrap it up. But can you let everyone know?
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I just wanted to have you let everyone know where they can see you next and how they can find you on your social media.
You know what? I can't even remember all my socials. I said just Google me and look up me on Facebook. Just Google me. Just a Google can make it. You can find out who it is. Me, like I got to follow me on CC-453 and Jammer Day. Right there, comedian. Ain't nobody remember that shit. These people drinking liquor in this club. Ain't nobody remember that shit. You can go to them, so they're gonna lose that shit. Remember all that.
Just Google Nick Lewis. That's all you Google.
Just come to this show. And the thing is, I want to say that if I was producing, I would have a producer. And they used to be in my ear, and I'd be talking to her. I said, okay, let this be the last show that y'all come on here and you do not put what city that you're on. Because when the public look at it, he'd be like, okay, these people could be in Charlotte. But if they look at it, okay, he's in Columbia, and you're where, Miss Tina?
Oh, I'm
They
in
all in
Tampa.
Tampa.
See, to put Tampa on there, well, they're in Tampa, Atlanta. Wow, they're all across America. It looks wow, how they pulling this off? And that's the important of just the city. That's what we would do in producing this. We had to figure out how to make it work, and we learned those. And I'm happy to share. I ain't trying to shine. Just I should say that.
Can I interject something real quick, y'all? First, I know we come to
I
show.
had
I
to say
want
that to them people in front of their
you ain't crazy. I got
Yeah.
to give a quick shout out real quick. First, I want to say shout out to my OG Uncle Nick Lewis, man. Thank you for being on here, man. Thank you for like I said, there's people out here in the game that don't share knowledge, man.
That's right.
And you one of the few that will, if he shares it with you, please apply it. Because if he find out you didn't use it, he won't tell you nothing damn else. Okay, you could be burning. He won't piss on you. Okay, let your shit burn. Shout out to you, Sean, queen of the podcast.
Well,
We
he ain't
love
gonna
you. I
be pissing on
appreciate you.
nobody. That's all I tell you.
Shout out to AJ for putting us on here. I want to say shout out to everybody that supports the podcast. I want to say, man, Columbia, if you watching right now, anybody in Columbia, South Carolina watching, y'all come to the Comedy House tonight, 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock. It's on the last time in the city to next time. We're going to tear the house down like we did all weekend. Thank y'all so much. And follow me on all platforms. Just Google Julio Hennessy. Like Uncle said, you'll find me.
Just Google Julio Hennessy. That's what it is.
AJ?
Y'all have, I'm sorry.
I was going to shoot over to AJ. AJ?
Oh, a quick shout out to Nick, man. Nick, thank you so much, man, for joining us today.
Yes.
You are definitely entertainment. There's no question about it. Man. Knowledge plus entertainment, man. When you can laugh and listen to knowledge as well, that's a big thing.
I'm excited to be here. Just my number one job, like my new director said, and the people that work with it, is Nick, just stay healthy and alive to the other side of quarantine. And I want to say that out to everybody. I said, don't go into every fight trying to defeat it. Some stuff you have to just get through. I said, where we get lost is trying to defeat the fight, defeat the battle. Just some battle, just get through it.
I hear you.
Amen.
Just get through the battle.
That note, it is a wrap, people. Thank you again for joining the Maximal Celebrity Podcast.
I could have did all day without drinking my beer.
Hey. Y'all take care. Have a good week.
Have a great weekend. You have a great show tonight, bro.
Thank you very much, y'all. Peace.
Okay, we'll chop it up later.
All right.
Go with y'all.
Oh Lord,
I couldn't do it all day without drinking my beer. Let's finish go.